So I'm going to start out sharing with you the differences between the 20th century and the 21st century and what is the difference. And since we are in the 21st century already, which means a lot of students go to school, go to college with a 20th century mindset. And that is not going to help you become successful because we are in the 21st. With a mindset with the 20th century, then that's not going to help you successful. So we're going to start out with understanding what is the 20th century. So the 20th century is about the information age, which means the more information you have, the more successful you will become. Because in the 20th century, the internet was not developed yet, even though it was first started in 1960, but we didn't know how to use the internet, and not many people post information on internet. Only when around the late 1900s or the early 2000s, which is the beginning of the 21st century, that's when they start to make a bigger impact on our life, but we still didn't know how to use it well, which means information was not up on the internet yet, which means getting access to information is not that easy compared to the 21st century. And people weren't writing book a lot. Back then, when you want to publish a book, a publisher had to agree to publish your book. That was the only way. And if they do not agree to publish your book, then unlikely your book will get published in, which means in the 20th century, a lot of people haven't published book yet, and information hasn't been out there yet, which means when you get a bachelor degree back then on the 20th century, you can get a job very easily with a bachelor degree. Even though your bachelor degree might not fit your strength, talent, or passion, you still get hired easily because you have all this knowledge that company need. And if you have a master in the 20th century, no brainer, you go get a job like that because company need information. And when you go to school, you learn a lot of information, and that's why it's so easy for you to get a job in the 20th century with a bachelor or a master degree. But now we are stepping into the 21st century with the unlimited of information access. The internet is so well out there. People are starting to use it, post information everywhere. People are publishing book a lot more. Most importantly, e-book publishing, self-publishing, which means today, if you have a book, you can easily self-publish and you can easily put on the internet, which means the 21st century, information is not as valuable. I'm not saying going to school is not valuable because there's a lot of things that we can still learn, but it is not as valuable as in the 20th century because today company can look up on the internet, get the information they need. They really don't need you to tell them the information because of the unlimited of the internet and people are writing stuff everywhere. But education is still important. But what's the difference that we need in the 21st century is that passion. You want to learn what you are passionate about. Because, for example, in addition to the events, in addition to the internet, the 21st century is also known for events technology, which means things change rapidly because of technology. So what you know today might not benefit the company tomorrow. In order for the company to see you benefit the company is you have to learn new knowledge to keep up with society. But if you are learning something that you hate, you will not have the motivation to keep on learning. So you might have a bachelor degree now, that would be great with new knowledge, but tomorrow you need to keep on learning to gain new knowledge to bring that changing society extra value to your company. But if you are learning something you hate, you won't have the motivation to keep on learning. So, and that's why passion is important. So it pushes you to learn, to grow, so you can continue to add value to the company that you are working for. Otherwise, you are more likely to get laid off and get fired because today companies do not need you to tell them information. They can get that easily, but they need new information constantly, and that's how companies grow. And that's why education is still important, so you can keep on learning because new knowledge is developing every second, and you want to have the passion to keep on learning and growing to not only grow yourself, but grow your company that you're working for. And that's why passion is the differences between the 20th and the 21st century if you want to keep up with yourself and society and the company. And in addition to passion, is you want experiences. For example, back then in the 20th century, you just needed education. The experience would not as needed as much. But today, like I said, companies are not really looking for information from you. They are looking for passion and for experiences. Because what you learn, that is great, but how do you apply the knowledge and how experienced are you in applying your knowledge? That is another set of learning skill. Because if you don't know how to apply your knowledge, then how you gonna get experience? How you gonna get used to learning the knowledge? And that's why getting experience is so important. Because companies they want you to do the job. They don't need you to tell them what they need to know. They already know. They want you to have the experience so you can do the job well and do it well. And without doing the job well, if you don't have experience, it's hard for you to do the job well. And so that's why passion is important. Education is still important, but you need to have passion, and experience is important. So you can learn how to take your education to experience, because that is important. Because learning is one thing, but knowing how to apply it is another thing. So that's the 21st century. And when you have two of that, when you graduate, you are in a better position to get higher compared to a person that just get a bachelor degree or master degree without no experience on your resume. And because we see a lot of people with bachelor and master degree, but they haven't got a job because they miss the experience. They're missing half of it. And that's why experience is important.